Well, is that recording? Yeah, of course it's recording. It's been so long. It's been so long. Well, you won't believe where I am. You wouldn't have a foggiest idea where I am, would you? No, it's a miracle I've got here. Haven't really felt it really, to be honest, but I'm feeling quite good today, so hopefully this is going to be a jovial video with everything going right, because things are going right today. And yeah, all that slava. We're at the River Humber, and it was today. Is it Monday or Tuesday? It's Tuesday. Don't know whether I'm coming or going. It's Tuesday, and it's glorious sunny weather today, no rain, bit of wind, nothing major, and the tide's out. Got here a little bit late, had some things to do which I'll talk about later. Had to get them done, which put me about 15 minutes behind, 20 minutes behind. If I'd got here then 15-20 minutes earlier, I'd have been in the higher bays, but I'm in bay 24 on the River Humber. Tide today is 6.75 metre. It is probably, well, it's stupid o'clock. I'll tell you what time it is. It is stupid o'clock. What you have to do here, you have to get here so early. It's 11:21. High tide is at 4 and all the bays are gone. I did want to fish bay 19. That's where I wanted to be. The water is nearly in there now, but there's people in bay 19. I think bay 20 might be free, but I'm not sure. I weren't willing to go down there in case someone else came on here and nicked me spot. So it was a case of this was free. When I was coming on the road to come up the track, the next two bays were empty, but as soon as I got up there, they were already in there. So yeah, bay 24, it's not a bad bay. It's not the best, but at least I'll get to fish. But look how far the tide is. Compared to up there, you could nearly start chucking probably in about another hour. There is people down there actually fishing, but you know, you can't return the fish, so what's the point? You know, it's all about the fish, isn't it? And if you've got no way of returning to the water, you shouldn't really start. But they're fishing. Good luck to them. Good luck to everyone else on there. Good luck to me. This is the day. Back on the old fixed spool. Not really excited about that, to be honest. Would prefer it with the multiplier, but that's not to be. Today it's fixed spool. I always use fixed spool there. Gets me over these rocks down here. I'm sure I'd get over it with multiplier, but I just don't want to. I just want to beat that handle really quick. So anyhow, this is long enough. I'm sure I'll waffle on in a bit because I'm going to get bored waiting for that water to come in, and I'm going to need to talk to you, my subscribers, and have a whale of a time. See you in a bit. It's busy down there anyhow. Started fishing. We're at the River Humber. I'm in bay 24. Don't like bay 24, but that's the only one that was free. It's started to fill up now. There's a chap still asleep in 23 in his van. Everyone else is now starting fishing. They're all jumping over the side. I've got one of my followers there. He's jumping over the side. And it's just what you've got to do down there because it gets a bit busy. So First rod's out, prawns on it. Like I say, there's a pool of seawater around the corner, so I can put the fish in that if I catch one. And what have I forgotten? Oh, I've got to get me cap for me tripod, but yeah. So where we are, Tuesday the 2nd of November it is, and let's see what we get. It's a lot of cars coming, and as the tide comes there'll be even more come, so back in a bit. Look at me, sat in a chair like an old man. Yes, I've got a nice chap up there who's going to be fishing beside me now. All the bays are took, so people are now fishing between the bays, which they do down there because you can park on the grass. But yeah, so he watches me channels and follows me on YouTube, but he's not subscribed, so that's where everyone's going wrong, isn't it? Got to click that button and click that bell. As a matter of fact, if anyone out there hasn't subscribed to my channel and have got this far into this video, then please click the subscribe button, click the bell for all notifications, and then you'll know when I go live, because I do go live occasionally. But yeah, we're at Bay 24 on the Humber. There's some sort of fire over at Grimsby. If I just pan that round, I don't know if you can see that there. Tom might zoom in on that, but it's all smoke. Looks a bit fiery, but there you go. That's the way it is, isn't it? But sun's out. I'm sat in the shade now. I have to sit on a deck chair down there because if I'm stood up for too long, my hip starts to hurt. So it's a bit of a mission, that, isn't it? You on it? Yeah. Don't forget, if you fall, it's your own fault. It's bringing the kids fishing, look. Bringing the kids fishing, ain't you? Don't touch me hooks, boys.
No, no. 2 girls and a boy.
2 girls and a boy.
Right.
Is he weed on my boot? Look at that. He's weed on me boots. Well, everything I say about dog owners, look, and I've had one just pee on me boot. I don't know. Look at this. Look. That's them christened. So we'll get a bucket of water in a bit. I brought my bucket down. The water's coming in. And hopefully we'll have a good session. Hopefully we'll have a good session. There's a stick down there, so probably end up getting snagged on that. I've checked all around for weights. There's no weights. The concrete's all nice and clean. Sometimes it gets filled up on there with a lot of silt, and then other times a big tide will come in, it'll just clear it all away, which is quite good. When it gets all silty, just wash this piss off. When the silt all comes on, this is ever so slippery. You have to be careful on the bladder rack. Just take your time, little steps, but when the silt is all on there, it's terrible. You don't want to go up there. You keep wandering about, you do. Right, so anyhow, I shall be back in a bit. Right, well, I'll bring you back when I'll get this other rig of mine, my spare rig, baited up. 6.7 metre tide today, what I read on my tide tables. So hopefully it'll come in enough so I can go up in the bay. And then I might, when tides start going out, I might actually put a rod away and come back over the side. All depends on how much fish is about. Could be nothing today, but these are the conditions. These are the exact conditions on this river that when I caught me codlin, you know, the big 60 centimetre codlin I caught, 12,000 views, chuffed with that. So yeah, bit of bragging there, but there you go. It's the only one I got to brag about, so there's nothing wrong with that. So yeah, it was the exact same conditions, like a mill pond, lovely and warm, and as soon as it got dark, bang, the cod was there, and it was only short in, so I will be casting out short. See what happened. So anyhow, that's enough of that wobbling. I'll see you in a bit. I've just reeled that in, and there is absolutely tons of weed on it. I did a off the ground cast with that. I'm going to do another off the ground cast, but it's going to be really gentle. I'm not going to cast out too far. There's loads of weed. Just going to just chuck it out short. In fact, I'm going to do my first of red thump for ages. It's literally going to go out short, and because I've got a one up one down on, and if I put it on the floor and cast it, I'm sure I can. I'm sure Alan's now going to tell me off, but I'm just going to chuck that out 10 yards. Well, that rig I had on there weren't fishing at all. Bait is still on it, prawn's still on it, but the hooks and the weight were absolutely covered in weed, and the leader knot I had 10 ton of it on. So short cast. Hopefully when the tide starts coming in, the weed might drop out, but we'll see. If it don't, it don't, does it? You can't have all the perfect conditions, but why not? Now these worms that I bought from my local tackle shop have gone hard again, and I know I'm wasting my time using them, but I think the top three are hard. I'm going to go through them in a minute and just get rid of them. They're wrapped in newspaper, and obviously the frost gets into them in the freezer. So I've now started wrapping them up in tin foil in the freezer. And all the ones from Dud are wrapped up in cling film, so hopefully they'll be alright. I will find one of them next time I come, and when I do, we'll bring them and check them out, and then if they're all gone hard, then it's just tough, innit? I'll have to do something and make a decision. That's the bait, only small. Just half the worm, folded the worm in half, put the squid on, wrapped it. Right, Alan, I'm ever so sorry I just did another red thump then, but I'm literally just chucking it 20 yards, and I've got a 6 ounce weight on, which I don't think is strong enough. I think I'm gonna have to go to a 7. I've casted to the right this time. Last time I casted straight out with a off the ground cast. First one with a fixed spool. Nothing went wrong, so hopefully that was good. But the rod felt totally different, absolutely totally different to my icons. So used to casting them icons now, and you get used to the feel of it. And I only just realised that when I cast this out. These rods are 4.5 meters long, and I wish they were 4.2, because I just think 4.5 meter is too long. So that's Rob with his dogs. I've asked his name, and it's Rob, and he follows me on YouTube, and he's a nice chap. And I think it's Charlie with the red jumper peed over my foot, so that's me wellies christened. Dog must like me. But yeah, it's absolutely beautiful. Look at the sky. Absolutely fantastic. Water's still. There's loads of weed. I must have casted about 100 yards out with that first bait. 90 to 100 yards. And yeah, absolutely covered in weed. So keep it short. I know the codlin come in close, because that's where I caught my codlin, in close. Only like 20 yards out. So probably still a bit early yet. I don't seem to catch many whiting, but you never know. But I don't normally get played with them, but if I'm played with them, who cares? At least I'll be busy. I got my chair, and I'm gonna go sit down in it, so I'll let you watch that rod for a minute. Oh, it's so nice to sit in a deck chair. It's underrated. I used to come fishing over this side. Don't mean this side of the river, over the side of the wall. And you don't want to bring your box over. Chair's a lot lighter. And I used to stand up all the time, especially if it was raining, because you can't sit on them stones because it's wet. And by the time I used to get home, I used to ache all over. So sit down on the old deck chair. That just lets you relax a bit. This is the first time I've been to the river, and I've actually been fishing when people are over the side, not in a bay. It's the first time. I'm quite amazed, really. Few flies about, but what an absolute picture this is. Unbelievable. Blue skies, flat calm water, 10 ton of seaweed. I've got my mate Rob next to me, and his 3 dogs, and Charlie, my mate. And it's all good. It's all good. Rob's now reeling in. No, he ain't got anything. Right, I was on the maps. I was on the maps last night, Google Maps, clicked in on satellite, and over there, which is, let me see if I'm pointing at the right place. Yeah, over there, this whole piece from there, I used to think that was Chalky Point, but it isn't. All of that along there is Sunk Island. All of that is Sunk Island. Paul is right round the bend. It's on the bend of the river, which is somewhere right over there. But yeah, this in front of us here, from what I looked at on the map last night, is Sunk Island. And then you've got Spurn Point going down there, and Kilnsey, and that's in like a bay, so you can't see Chalky Point from there, and you certainly can't see Pool from there. Over there is Sunk Island, so I've learnt something there. I thought I'd have a look last night and check it out, and because I've always wondered what it is, and I've always said it's Chalky Point and there's there, but there ain't. It's Sunk Island, which is quite a big place. Anyhow, I shall be back in a bit when that rod starts rattling, and next time when I reel in, I will try and remember to turn the camera on. Well, I've put my hood up now because it's a bit chilly, and there's not a lot you can do about that because that sun's gone in. I've cast it out about 20 yards, overhead thump, sorry Alan. With the next cast, I'll cast that out short as well, or a little bit longer, and I'll do an off the ground with that. Don't know how well it'll go because this rod is like 4.5 meters long, and after you've been using a 13-foot rod, 13'6", I think, it's totally different. Your angles are all different, but yeah, it's not a problem. I cast it out, it went dead straight. I'm sure I didn't do it correctly, but we're getting there. It's when you've been casting all your life and you've been doing red thumps to a degree of stupidness and poorness and crap casting, let's say, when you start trying to cast correctly, boy does it take some memory. I can do the rod butt and the broom shaft, and it goes really well. As soon as you get a rod on and it's a bit longer, you then got to get used to that, but it'll come. I had a session on the beach at Sutton-on-Sea, and the spill emptied down to the second gold band on my Pen Fathom reel. I've never casted as far as that before, never. Really chuffed, really chuffed. Took 205 cranks of the handle on that Pen Fathom. The retrieval rate on that is 30-inch, about 750 mil it is, so you can work that out. I worked it out. It's a long way, but that was just a plain bomb, no bait on it, no wired grips, just a plain bomb. So you're always going to cast further with a plain bomb than what you are with bait and a weight with grip wires. But boy was I chuffed with that, right chuffed, unbelievable. So I had 12 or 13 casts, and then I was getting a bit tired, and you got, these old bones, they need resting, so I just thought I'd pack it in. I did what I wanted to do, did some proper casting, because it's just hard work. I don't really want to go on the field because it's all pylons on that field where I go, and I don't want another shock foomer rod, and that would be a big one, so I don't want that. So it only takes the atmosphere to be right, and you got a rod up in the air and bang in it. So yeah, it's nice and enjoyable. My weight is now, I've got a 6 ounce weight in, it's holding bottom, but then I'm only probably 25-30 yards out, if that. I would like for the tide to come in enough so I can go up to my van. There's nothing like working out the back of your van, fishing, fishing out the back of your van. Got everything there as well. So let's have a quick scan around. So what you find is you've got people fishing down here. You got me fishing here. You got Rob fishing there, and 2 chaps the other side. And then obviously as the tide comes up, you can go. As the tide goes up, you can go up top. But yeah, isn't this tranquil? It's quite. Be able to get a bucket of water in a minute. But yeah, got a rain cloud behind me. Let's hope that don't drop its guts. But yeah, went to the doctors, had a blood test. Blood test come back. I've not heard anything about my cholesterol, but my sugar levels. Me and the wife looking at the bit of paper they sent me, I think they were 1 mark off being diabetic. So they phoned me up and said you need to stop the sugar and stuff and do some changes because you're pre-diabetic. I don't feel any different. So what I've done is, as of last Wednesday I think it was, I haven't had a can of lager, a can of bitter, a bottle of beer. I've had no alcohol whatsoever. Now, bearing in mind, since February 2020, when we went into lockdown around that time, I never stopped drinking every night apart from 2. I had one night off because something went wrong, and I had another night off because I thought, let's see if I can do a night without any beer, because I didn't know if I was an alcoholic. So I managed one night, so I realised I weren't an alcoholic, so I started drinking again. So it's really nice to drink alcohol. It's sort of like a grown-up thing to do, but they've now said you're pre-diabetic and you've got to get your sugar count down. So I haven't had any lager, I haven't had any mints, I haven't had any sweets, and all sweet stuff really. Still eating chips though. So we'll get these sugar levels down. Might actually then lose my belly, which is another good thing. I ain't stopped drinking, I'm still going to have some drink, but it's just a case of you've got to get these sugar levels down. I've been there before, and the doctor said you've got to do something, and I cut it all out, and I went back and my figures were back down to 4 or 5. So I'll just have to do it again, but this time it's sunk in a bit more this time. I've now realised that I am getting old and I am getting frail, so if I've got to reduce my sugar levels, it'll have a knock-on effect of hopefully lose this fat belly. So yeah, so that's that. Nothing really more to say. There's nothing else exciting in my life at the minute, apart from I'm doing my Ziplex rods up now, doing Tony's tackle up, getting the one that I bought from there, getting my field in, and then I'm going to do your rod, Gordon. I'm going to do yours, so should be done this year, ready for when I'm casting like a king, or when I'm casting better. I shall be off ground casting them, so we'll have some videos with old Ziplex rods. Can't wait. Anyhow, I shall be back in a bit. Rob's reeling in, he hasn't got anything. Is that weed, Rob?
Yeah. He's got a fish.
Has he?
Yeah. Little whitey.
Chaps all the way down there have got a whiting, and here I am blanking. Oh, I'll be back in a bit. That went a long way. Oh, well, that's my second rod out. First rod's still over the side, I'll go get that in a minute. What on earth is he doing? What's that chap doing? I wonder if he's just snapped off and trying to retrieve his line. I might just stay till low water and get that weight. I don't like this. Don't like this rain. It's who likes fishing in the rain anyhow? I don't. I don't. It's not for me. And I've parked the van this side because it enables me to cast out off the ground. Just did an off ground cast there, and didn't mean it to go very far. I was just going to do like a 50-60 yard, but it went further than that. So yeah, you ain't really got a, I think, coming to the river, possibly not necessarily cast with them great long rods. A lot easier to cast with a 13'6" rod. That one that I've just hit out there, and I'm sorry for using these frames like hit and distance and all this, but they are going quite a long way. I've not casted that far before with a fixed bill, but a long shot with that little effort has spout as well. But yeah, the only trouble is it's coming round, so I'm going to stick a 7-ounce weight on, do that off the ground cast, and see if it snaps the rod. Now matey boy down there, I guess, has caught another fish, because every time we catch a fish, for some reason he gets all excited. I don't know what that's all about. But yeah, I don't know how he's going to return it, to be honest, because there's like 20 foot between him and the water now, and he don't look the sort that's going to jump over the wall, but we'll wait and see. Yeah, he has. He's just done a 30 foot lob with his hand. Yeah?
It feels solid if you're against your leg, and then
I don't like this.
it's playing a cut way in, and then as soon as I get on that ledge, it's...
Yeah. It weren't supposed to rain today.
No.
Bloody raining it is. And it's raining right over there.
On that sludge bank.
On the what?
On that sludge. I think that I must be chucking plastic. I don't
Yeah,
know
probably.
why.
Probably. You ain't getting caught up on them rocks, are you?
No,
No, it's further out.
it's further out, but then you don't get stuck.
No.
But it feels tight when you're winding in.
Yeah.
It feels like you've got a fish on and then it just suddenly goes. I think it's been chucking over the ledge.
But he's caught two now.
Yeah. But
Yeah.
further up on crosses and others, if it feels like that when you're winding in, you usually get stuck, don't you?
Yeah, you do, yeah. I've never lost any gear down at the Yellow Cross though. If you fish the right place.
Oh, well,
But yeah, you can do, can't you? It's snaggy down at the woods as well, isn't it?
yeah, 75 yards down from entrance
Yeah.
on cross, that's where I always fish.
Yeah.
Some like little steps go down.
Yeah.
From there downwards you seem to go here.
Yeah, it's really snaggy there. You don't want to go in that place. So you've reeled in now. You're now going to chuck out again and start again.
Yeah. But one of them are all bait and everything had gone off it. Others just looks as if it's being chewed at end.
Yeah.
Could be crab now. They're probably crab.
Well, I ain't had anything. And I've just chucked that one out too far and it's whipping round, look.
Yeah.
The one that's short ain't moved. But there, he can catch all the weight and we want to catch a codlin, don't we?
Anything over me. You also get a few slugs, don't you? Up here?
Yeah, I ain't had, well, first time I've been here.
And a few here.
I come in July, like I said, but that was just a Sunday morning. It was nice. It's always nice on there, even if there's no fish about. It's sun's out. It's quite a nice place to be in it, really.
I like it at Suggets and Oak Creek.
Yeah. Trouble is, if I've just chucked that out too far and I get a load of weed on it, it's going to be on the leader knot, and then I've got 13 metres of leader, which will then just take me over them rocks.
Yeah. I've got a bit of blade on about 2 lengths at rod, that's all. That's my shot really.
All right. First time I've casted since I've been taught how to cast. First time I've casted such a long rod as that, and it's a bit unwieldy.
Well, I set off with a 15 footer and I couldn't use it because every time I threw it in, it like as if I'm going to floor it.
Yeah.
Couldn't stop it. So I sold that. And then I had a 13 footer and then I got them. So it's supposed to be 14, but they're not much.
13.6, I think.
Something like that, yeah.
Ooh, if it keeps raining, I'm going to have to put my bottoms on, I think.
Yeah, I think they'll pass up.
Will you? Long way to come though, isn't it?
It is.
Bit of sun over there. Well, not caught anything yet. We're still going for it. We're still trying. And I've now baited up some carton squid. First time I've used that properly. The way I'm doing it, the cart wings, and I'd cut the squid too small, so I've cut the squid bigger and done 2 more. The other bits of squid I'll use with some lug. Chaps down the end that keep catching every time they catch the shatting out, and it's good that they're catching. All they're catching is whiting at the minute, but we'll see what happens. God knows. Tell you what I have done. Yet again, I haven't got another rig ready. I think it's because I've just come up here and been sorting stuff out and getting some warmer clothes on. But there you go. There's definitely crabs out there. Cast this one out short-ish. No weed. Oh, well, it stopped raining. I don't know how much of that you saw actually, because I don't know where my camera is. Yeah, you'd have got it. Yeah, sun's back out. It stopped raining. It's only a small shower, but But it's nice being back here, I will say that. It's a little bit quiet, isn't it? Well, yeah, what's to say? Not a lot to say, really. The excitement's going. There's quite a few people around me as well. Doesn't bother me at all now with filming. I couldn't care less, to be honest. But it's just the chaps that keep shouting every time they catch a fish. It's like they're trying to play mind games on you, and it's eating away at you because you're like thinking, well, what am I doing wrong? They might have better bait, mightn't they? They might have fresh worm. But then Rob's got fresh worm, I think. He's been to get some. Well, he ain't. He's gone and got frozen worm. What's to say, eh? Look at this sunset. Looks nice, doesn't it? Farmer's been in his field all day. Got people down there fishing. We've got people down there fishing. Got people fishing all over. The cart that I'm using, not too impressed with it, but we'll get there. I shall make myself a baiting tool. I'm not buying any, because that's the one bait where I can see a baiting tool would be helpful. So I shall make one of them when I'm at home, and use that. So yeah, where my bait hit the water, there's a great big pool of oil, but it's over there now, not where my bait is. So you never know, that could have hit the water, couldn't it, and all the cart could have flew out of the squid, for all I know. But we'll wait and see. I'll do some more baits. I want to get that cart used up, and I want to get on to my fresh new stuff. So we'll get that used, we'll see what happens. You can only but try. We're here today, people catching fish to the right of me, and I would say, what, 50 yards away, 60 yards away they are. Anyhow, I shall be back in a bit. Too exciting here. Got to start doing this drag up before I start reeling in. Don't think any of that just filmed. I've just been talking to the camera for ages. Not going to bore you again. That means that I ain't even got the cast on there. Fucking numpty. Oh, don't get that. I was just saying on camera how calm I am, and now I'm getting wound up. It don't take a lot. I don't fucking believe it. Right, I've got 2 rods out there. I've just done off the ground. I'll film another one. I've got the rope rigs to do off the ground with, to get me out there. Yeah, I'm jarred off now. What's all that about? I just started the flipping camera up. You got a quick start on this where you press it on the top and it's quick capture, so you don't have to turn it on all the time, because the button for turning on this camera, I can see I'm gonna have some trouble with this. So I just turn it on from the top, but I need to turn it on from the top and make sure it's filming. Anyhow, both baits are out. The last one I reeled in had bait still on it. I shall do another cast for Alan to see, but it ain't right. I know it ain't right, but it's getting there. You know, these things take time when you've been casting for as long as what I have, badly. It takes a long while for it to get right. And I'm going in the right direction because the cast is a lot longer. So anyhow, I shall finish this here. I'm not going to go on in case I did capture some of that, and I shall see you in a bit. Right, I've done quick capture again on this button now, and it's now on 6, 7, 8, so it's filming. get a cast done. See if we can catch a cast this time. Oh dear, I think that'll go whipping around. I need to start casting to the left. This, I need to aim that way and cast over my rods. So, but yeah, that cast went really well. Went dead straight. At the end of that cast, I tried to make it go further left, which I probably shouldn't have done. But the cast went really well. I can't really even feel the weight on the ground. It's not digging in or anything, which I was quite concerned about. So everything's going all right. Yeah, I was working tomorrow, still am working tomorrow, but the electrician who I'm working with has got a breakdown, so we've got to go to a breakdown first, which means we won't get that job done and completed, so I'm out of there. So another 2 trips, doing me head in. There you go, these things happen when someone's got a breakdown, you've got to do it, haven't you? So anyhow, I shall be back in a bit. You've seen the cast right there with crab carp and squid, and we'll see what happens later. See you in a bit. Oh dear. It stayed on it. Don't tell Alan, but I'm now doing a cheeky chuck. Cheeky chuck that was. I wanted to cast bang to the left because the tide's now running out, so I could just see that the weed, because we've got weed running through, look. See all the weed? So I've literally chucked it out there, it's clear. So this weed has come in, there's some weed over there coming down, but over there it's clear. Now I'm not saying that there isn't any weed underneath the water, but That's what I've done. So I'm out there, it's holding bottom. We'll see how long that lasts. There's a 1 up, 1 down rig flapper. Let's get this rig baited up again. Quite chuffed with the carp and the squid that stayed on. So I've got another one there. Let's get that on, get it hung up, ready, and then we'll check that rod. But it's going to get dusky soon, so hopefully we might catch a fish. And but I hadn't heard the lads down there in the bay since I moved into that bay. I heard them once more shout. I ain't heard them shout since, so it's drying up for them. Got the music on. Sorry, Tom, you're gonna have to play music all over that. You have to play music over the casting bit and listen to me. Right, so here we go again, Tom, because I had the music on. Sorry, mate. I've just done a cheeky chuck. Don't tell Alan, but I did a cheeky chuck right out there where there weren't so much weed floating on the surface. Now I know that that don't mean that there's weed. Look, you can see it all there on the surface. And that don't mean that there ain't weed underneath the water. I'm sure there is, but I've done a cheeky chuck to the left. It's holding bottom, and we'll see what happens. It's a 2-hook flapper. I'm pleased with the rig that come back in because the carp is still in the squid that I wrapped up, so that works. That hasn't all gone like when you buy a kilo of carp and it all just washes out because it's all sludge. So it is better. But there's still nothing biting at it or taking the bait, so we'll have to see what happens. People are leaving. Oh, I just had a knock there, another knock. Could be weed on the line. I'm not sure. I'm hoping it hasn't happened, but I think they've just cast of my line to the left, which is really helpful. I think I might have got away with it because mine has moved since. It's down there and they casted to there. Why they casting to the right, I don't know, because you want to be the tide's running out now, so you want to be casting to the left. Yeah, so sorry about that, Tom, with the music, but I've just said everything I've just said. So I'll get baited up again, put a fresh bait on, and we'll take it from there. So we'll be back in a bit. A quick capture setting on there where you actually press the top of the button and it starts recording. Well, that's twice now that I've pressed the top of it. Don't matter what GoPro it is, does it? It don't matter how new it is. There's always something that don't bloody work. Whoa, 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 whoa! Look at that! Oh dear, hang on, Michael. That's good. Caught self-whiting. There you go. You sort yourself out. Well, it's not a blank, is it? I had to do all that hollering then because we've been getting hollering all day every time they catch a fish. So I had to have my go. Let me just check I'm still recording. Good size whiting. Good size whiting. What we'll do is we'll put her in a bucket and let her have a bit of a relax. Well, that's quite far out, that one. Well, the whiting has uprighted itself, so hopefully, look, its fin's going. I reckon that by the time I put that back, because it's quite a big fish, by the time I put that back, it will be it'll get more oxygen from the water that's out there. One more show, one quick show. Nice size whiting, probably about 12-inch long. I've got another bite. All right, not a bad fish to catch.
I just nearly lost my rod with reeds.
Oh right. You are?
I think it's going to be unfishable without reeds.
I've got another one. Look at that! A double whammy! Get in there! Hey? That's how good I am. Come on, my little boy. One white and caught all round the tail. Let's get him back. Well, we'll put him in the bucket. This one, I'm afraid you had to fall on the floor to save your brother. Well, that was a double whammy, that was. One was caught round the tail. God knows how that happened. I had to cut my rig to give the fish a chance. This is the biggest one of the two. He was hooked in the mouth. I'm going to get him back. He's swimming around in the bucket. Let's get him back before it's too late. He's gone. Well, it's all gone quiet over there. I don't know if them lads aren't catching now. If they come and ask, if they come down there and ask what I've been catching, I'm gonna say I've just had a cod. Cheeky chuck, Alan, cheeky chuck. Right, I've got one out far and I've got one out just over to the left, so hopefully it'll bring round. Hopefully I'm not in their line, because I could have cast over theirs now thinking about it. Because I don't think those people to the left are actually casting to the left. So it's whatever into it. Right, I'm going to get another rig out and get it baited up, because I've had to cut that rig to get the fish off. And yeah. There it is. Got tangled around its tail. I'm going to chuck them back because it was upright swimming around the bucket. Ooh. That didn't do it. That didn't do a lot of good, did it? Here she is. See you later. That's 3 whiting caught and 3 whiting returned, and all haven't gone belly up. Right, well, cook with gas now. That's the blanks over with. I thought I would have been highly jarred off if I hadn't have caught at the river, because there's flounder, dab, whiting now. I don't want to catch 10 whiting. I've caught enough now. Let's see if there's a flounder out there or a codley. It's dark now. It's going to start picking up into it, so. Right, well, I'll bring you back. There's them rod tips. I'm going to bait that rig up, get sorted, because I've lost a rig. I'm behind. I need to get it baited up in case I get another bite if I already hadn't had one. See you in a bit. Just weed that time. Right, I'm going to do another shallow chuck. I've got to do a small chuck because I've got delicate baits on there. I don't think they're going to last. Put plenty of elastic on anyhow. That's still about, Rob. You had any more? Right, I'm just going to bait up these little scraps and we're all shouting down there. It's catching from that other bait. So I'm going to just bait up these heads and everything, sort them out. I'm not even watching my rods, Emma, because I'm concentrating on my bait, you know. There you go. The tide's nearly gone, so I've got to get these reeled in, otherwise I'll get snagged up, and then I've got to decide whether I'm going over the side or not. I've caught a dab. Yeah, put that in your pipe and smoke it, Shane and Scott. Verns caught a dab now. Look at that. Absolute booty, innit? Let's just check that's recording. I think that's the last cast. But I'll go return this now. Let's get it into the water. I've got to jump over and do it. So there we go. One dab. Is that still filming? Well, I've had 3 whiting, a double hook up, but I've had 3 whiting and 1 dab. That's enough for me. I've only wanted a short session. I've now got to decide whether I'm going over the side, and yeah, I don't think I am. So it's now 5:30. I got here at 11. I think that's plenty long enough. Enjoyed myself. It's been a nice day. Had a little bit of rain, nothing to moan about really. We've had glorious blue skies, sunny day. If I was to jump over the side with 1 rod and carry on fishing, possibly catch, but I would prefer to do that if I caught a tide in the early hours of the morning. So when I jump over the side, I ain't got to bring any lights or anything down with me. It's just literally because the sun's rising, so that would be the ideal time for me to jump over the edge. I've got all the needing to catch a fish out of my system. It's been enjoyable. I've enjoyed this session. It's been the first catching session for 6, 7 videos, something like that. I've been through quite a big, huge blanking zone, so it's gone now. It'll probably start again in the next few videos, but for now it's a catching video. So the good thing about that is, I don't know who that is, but he knows me. See you later, mate. Thank you very much, whoever you are. Yeah, it's just been good to catch and get, you know, to get that blank over and done with. It's gone on for a long time. I've casted the fixed bills out a long way, a lot further. When I'm reeling it back in, it's amazing how far out it is, because I've never reeled in as far as that before. So yeah, it ain't going perfect. Yeah, I know it ain't going perfect, but I am seeing the weight go, Alan, every time I hit it. But I'm not hitting it right, I know that. I keep trying to keep my head up, but it'll come. It'll come. I'm in this for the long haul, and I'm not the sort of person that can just turn my hand to it straight away and it all works perfect. So I'm enjoying myself. I'm casting further. I've caught fish. Those whiting were caught at distance, apart from one where I chucked it out there with a cheeky chuck. So casting further has caught me some fish. Also, the fish came in as the tide had turned on the ebb. Normal case, but not always. You do catch on the flood. All these words I'm getting, brilliant, isn't it? But yeah, there you go. I would like to say it's fantastic that I've finally hit 3,000 subscribers. It's all of you subscribers out there that subscribe, leave comments, watch my videos, that keep me going on really, because I've got enough videos there for my daughters to see me on film when I'm dead and not here anymore, and probably do a few more throughout the years. But because it's just going on, sometimes it's static and slow, and other times I pick up. It's fantastic. So thank you to all 3,010 of you at the minute. 3,010 I'm on. So thank you very much for subscribing. Thank you for everyone that comment. It's good. Probably should have said all this at the beginning, because I don't know how many people get to the end. Quite a few people get to the end, but there, it's there. I've said it. Thank you very much. Please subscribe, click that bell and share my videos, and the next time you see me will be on this River Humber, because I should be back here at the weekend. Ciao. Ciao. What's all that about? Anyhow, I'll see you later. So yeah, bye. I've caught a dab. Yeah, put that in your pipe and smoke it, Shane and Scott. Verns caught a dab now.